Hello, this is John Prane, taking a drive around the Lincoln Park area and going to be eventually Lake Story area in Galesburg. Good to be here with you this afternoon. It is Monday afternoon or early evening, taking a quick drive on my way home. I've been running errands, picking things up for folks from the church and the community. And again, if you need me to pick things up for you from Galesburg, let me know. My phone number is 309-255-6702. 309-255-6702 if you want me to pick things up for you from the store or from the pharmacy next time I go in. We're going to be entering the Lincoln Park area very soon in Galesburg. A lot of folks out today taking a nice walk. Partially, I'm doing this out of homage to my frenemy, Tom Lowy. We disagree on many things, but we do even chat privately and have very good discussions privately, but we do like to disagree on politics and social policy. But this is a little bit of homage to Tom with his driving with Lowy. And so we're doing that. I almost wanted to start out at Hope Cemetery or out on the east end of town, out near the old Eagle, out where Tom's old stomping ground was, but I'm already at the west end, so I thought I would start here. So we're going to enter Lincoln Park literally in a moment or two here. And I thought folks would get tired. I would like to see some different scenery than just seeing me chat from the background with my house inside with a wall hanging behind me. So here we go. We're entering Lincoln Park. I'm going to take a little bit of a drive so we can enjoy stuff. You'll hear things rattling. I got a lot of groceries and other things in here. This is my very first broadcast from the car. I have a new stand, a thing to hold this phone. So we're just seeing how it works. A little bit of messiness on the window from all the dirt and debris and pollen in the air. But I thought you could spend some time enjoying Lincoln Park in Galesburg. Not a lot going on today. Like I said, been doing some shopping, did stuff for my mother-in-law in Galesburg, so I got groceries and medicines for her and put out her deck furniture so she could get outside. And then I ran errands for folks from the church and from the community. Already got some folks fishing out here at Lincoln Park in the lagoon here. There's some geese out here today, people fishing, just trying to enjoy the weather today here at Lincoln Park in Galesburg. Bit of nice weather today, and again we're out just enjoying Galesburg as we ride around on a sunny day. And then when I'm done with this quick lap around some of the parks and places, then I'm going to be dropping groceries and other things off and medicines that I've picked up for folks in the greater Avon area. Then tonight I'll probably get on Zoom technology. I probably won't get to post that till close to 6, what the address is to find that. But I'll be on Zoom from 7 to 7:30, maybe a little later. Still in Lincoln Park here. But on Facebook, both on my Facebook page and the church Facebook page, I'll post the instructions for Zoom. On Zoom, we can chat tonight if you want. Anybody, whether it be just me or other folks. Zoom, you can literally have conversations with one another. You can either come in and via your computer or your smartphone, or you can telephone in and just have audio. People out with dogs. Won't say much, but again, this is a bit of homage to Tom Lowy, who did his driving with Lowy through Galesburg. And that's part of what I'm doing today, just driving around in the big city of Galesburg. Tom and I did chat the other night. Folks think that we don't like each other. No, we get along. We just disagree politically and other things, that's all. So that's what we have going on. He's been doing some great work up at the Quad City Times, no longer with the Register Mail, but he's with the Quad City Times, doing great work up there. And so, again, I pay a little bit of homage to him today, a little homage. My first roving broadcast, so I thought I would dedicate it to Tom, and I'll tag him on this on Facebook. I'm not doing it Facebook Live. I'm recording it, and then I'm going to upload it. I just don't have the data plan to be broadcasting live all over Kingdom Come. So people with their dogs. Bunker Links Golf Course right over there. Again, one more lap of the park here, so then we'll head on out to Lake Story. It's a really nice day in Galesburg. Sun shining, good temperatures. Pollen count's really high, so that's driving folks like me nuts. But otherwise, we're doing okay. Stores, it seemed like there was a little bit more stuff in the store shelves today. Still a lot of stuff missing, but there seemed like there was more than usual in them for recent weeks. So it's good to see that. I've been getting on Facebook every morning, Facebook Live on my own Facebook page, and I've been giving the news for the Avon area. Talking about the announcements. If I know the restaurant menu and specials for that day, I've been giving those. And then I talk a little bit about things we have planned at the church, and such as our worship service online. And the Avon Federated Church does have a Facebook channel now, Avon Federated Church. Just go to YouTube. It's a YouTube channel, I should say. We go to YouTube, and in the search engine on YouTube, type Avon Federated Church, and you'll see copies of our daily Facebook chats live that I put up later in the day. You'll see the worship services from the last 2 Sundays, which was just me alone in the sanctuary, but our 2 worship services there. So feel free to go to YouTube and see those, and then also on Facebook you can see these as well. I'll be posting this to Facebook. Well, we've about finished the second lap of Lincoln Park in Galesburg. We're going to come to a stop sign in a moment, and then another sign after that, and then we're going to go into Lake Story and do just a little bit of driving there. I know better than to do a slow and roll. I remember folks used to criticize his driving on this, so I'm prepared to have my driving criticized just like they criticized Tom. It happens. Getting back on 150. A lot of people in the parking lot there today. I'm not going to turn the camera, but over off on my left and your left as well, there's probably 20 cars in the parking lot, at least 17 or so, but probably more than that. Going to go to Lake Story now. Bright, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot of glare on the windows. I apologize for that. We're heading right into the sun, and my windows are indeed dirty. The Avon Federated Church in Avon, Illinois, 206 South Main Street, We're not going to be having any live worship, it doesn't look like, during all of Holy Week. So Palm Sunday, Maundy, Thursday, Good Friday, and Easter will all be online, and I'll find creative ways to do that. And we'll put those services on our YouTube channel and then also link that on Facebook. We're putting out a newsletter each week, and if you want to see that, just contact me and with your email address, and we'll do that. It's John, Jon, P as in Paul, RAIN, john.prain @gmail.com, and also 309-255-6702 for the phone number. Coming up on the lake here, let's see if I can pause and adjust that a little bit for the hill. We're going to take a little look at this, and let's have some fun at Lake Story, enjoying the view here today. Driving with Loie is taken, so we're going to have to try things like Journey with John or something like that. But driving around in Lake Story Park today. So we have some scenes other than my house. I am alone, so I am socially isolating. And I should have had a four-wheel drive for that bump. A lot of good things are happening. I see folks helping one another, folks reaching out and doing good deeds for each other, folks keeping their distance in a good way in the stores and doing nice things there. I was in line, somebody didn't realize that they'd gotten ahead of me in line. They apologized for cutting. You don't normally see that. Person hanging out and fishing here at Lake Story. Just a good day to be out and about, and that's why I'm going to put this up so folks can have something to enjoy other than watching folks broadcast from inside their homes. We're going to have another tremendous bump here. There's craters, there's smaller craters on the moon than what we just passed around there in the park. But I used to like it when Tom drove around, and so I thought I would just kind of, at least right now, for a little diversion, pick up that. Nobody can take the place of driving with Loie, but at least somebody can drive around Galesburg, and I'm going to tag him so Tom can see some of his favorite haunts as well. If I really wanted to show his favorite haunts, I'd go to places like Hope Cemetery. But again, wrong place at wrong time. I'm going to have to get groceries and things home to people. Everything's in coolers and freezer bags and things of that nature. So we're good. But I hope you're enjoying seeing Lake Story today as we drive around and you catch a few views here. Big field. So we're going to go back into another part of Lake Story. We've come out, and then we'll go into another part of the lake and just check it out. I know my brother-in-law and sister-in-law like to come out there with their dog and take walks out here. Good place to come and enjoy a sunny day. They even come out here in the winter. It's my hope that during this time of the coronavirus, the COVID-19 pandemic, that we can all find ways to be nicer to one another, that we can find ways to reach out and help one another, because it can, tempers and can flare and anger can rise when we are confined like we have been, and when some folks are without jobs and money is tight for some people, and their 401ks in the stock market are lowering. So let's all try to be nice to each other and reach out and do good things. Again, for an evening, it's quite a few folks out at the park yet this time of the year. Row of picnic tables coming up here. Gonna drive right beside them here. There's people on foot trails, people out here parking their cars, people fishing. I've seen a few kids on playgrounds, but I've purposely tried to not focus on that. It's just not good to focus on children playing in playgrounds in this day and age. If we caught that accidentally in the background, that's one thing, but again, people have a right to privacy, particularly children. So as we drive through the park here, we see people all over. You can see in the background there, you can see the water slide. And there's the Lake Story Pavilion coming up there as well. Sort of a dead end here. I'm gonna do a U-turn here. But I'm John Prane, pastor of the Avon Federated Church in Avon, Illinois, taking a drive on this day in Galesburg, not in Avon, but I've been out doing shopping and errands for folks from the community. And again, if you need any errands run, we at the Federated Church will try to do what we can for you. We know that it's hard for some people to get out. And again, as you pause here in the video, you can see the Lake Story Pavilion there. Lots of good things going on in this world today. Again, as I mentioned earlier, people doing nice things for each other in the stores, people in communities doing things. When I contact senior citizens, some of them say, you're the fourth or fifth person to call me today. So it's good that people are reaching out. And it would be, again, my hope that during this pandemic, more than ever, that we try to be nice to one another, reach out to one another, do good things for one another. We are in Lake Story Park in Galesburg. I'm going to be exiting this part of the park and be doing a little more driving. Do a little bit of a lap around the lake and then sort of wrap things up and heading to the big village of Avon to finish running errands for folks. Big field here. Let a car go by. Today we're out on Lake Story Road. Going to make a lap pretty much of the lake here. I'm not going to get too political or anything today. Just wanting folks to enjoy the scenery. Maybe you don't get to go out to Galesburg to see this anymore, but Lake Story is quite the gem for the community, quite an asset. I am not taking on any of the walking or hiking trails. That's just not possible with the car, obviously. But there's lots of good things to go see out at Lake Story. There's places to swim. There's places to hike and ride your bike. There's pavilions for picnics, swimming and boating areas. So it's a good asset for the community of Galesburg. And as I said earlier, I'm sorry for any dirt on the windows. They were clean, but they just keep getting dirtier and dirtier with all the pollen and dirt and gunk out there. And we're heading right into the sun. So you're going to see every smudge, every bit of dirt that there is. Sometimes I feel like I'm needing a four-wheel drive to go on some of these roads. A little bit bumpy. Today I've tried to do something as much as I can. I've tried to say thank you a lot in the stores, thanking all these clerks. You have folks wiping down carts. You have folks dealing with money, which has more germs on it than anything else. They're trying to keep up with demand and stocking shelves. And this is a time when, again, I've talked to some of these clerks, and they talk about how folks are chewing them out and getting in their face and screaming at them. It's good if we can offset that by thanking them for what they're doing. They're putting themselves more at risk than so many other people are by being out there. And we remember our police, fire, ambulance, medical people that are out there, all on the front lines. We need to celebrate these folks and thank them when we can. I could have gone to a boat landing, which was one of my goals here because it's one of my favorite spots here at Lake Story. However, there were cars on both sides of the road, and I didn't want to get in the way and bother those folks and be looking like I was going to be filming what was going on in their cars and all of that. So I just decided to just drive right past it. We're going by Sandburg College. If you saw that, it's closed. The campus is closed. You notice they have it barricaded off even. As we continue here around Lake Story, you can maybe see some Sandburg buildings in the background there. There's some beautiful homes along this little stretch of road. The last couple of years I haven't been able to do this, but on New Year's Day, for quite a few years, I would go for a hike, no matter what the temperature was, no matter what the weather was. I'd go take a New Year's Day hike around Lake Story. I'd even go on this road. I would always call it whatever annual. Well, let's pause for a minute. You see there's Carl Sandburg College roped off and blocked. The campus is closed for the season. Online classes and that are happening, but the campus itself is closed for the year. But I used to call my New Year's Day hike John Prain's, let's say, 7th annual New Year's Day Great Circumnavigation of Lake Story. So I think I quit doing those at about 7 or 8 years in a row of doing the 8th annual John Prain Great Circumnavigation of Lake Story. It was a New Year's Day hike, so I'd get my first hike in of the year. I like hiking, and so it was good to get one in each year. I'm going to pick up the pace here a little bit, even though I'm pretty much at the speed limit. There's somebody who really wants to get someplace probably at 70 miles an hour on this road, which is not posted for 70. So you've pretty much seen the good stuff of Lake Story. We're now getting more into residential, and then it'll be business. And then pretty soon I'm probably going to be wrapping this up, unless I get a wild hair and decide to continue looking at some other places. Again, Reverend John Prain from the Avon Federated Church in Avon, Illinois. Just taking a drive so folks can get some scenes other than the insides of houses as folks do broadcasts and videotaping. We've been traveling around at Lincoln Park in Galesburg and Lake Story. We're coming out to Henderson Street, Highway 150. Going to be turning back towards on Henderson in towards the business district. And I'm John Prain, pastor of the Avon Federated Church. person who was wanting to go very fast, and I was preventing him from doing it. Glad he had tinted windows, otherwise we'd probably have to edit the gesture that we probably would have seen. We're back on Henderson Street. You see Highway 34 up above us towards Kewanee and eventually towards Monmouth going the other way. Let you see a little bit of what's going on here on Henderson. Time to do Carl Sandburg and Linwood Roads as I head towards Avon, and then eventually to deliver groceries and things to people. There's what's left of Sandburg Mall. There's some things going on there. You see the U-Haul Center and Storage Center is going to be there. The French store is coming up, Target. Nice sunny day here in Galesburg. In a little bit, as I get ready to maybe close this down, haven't decided when I'll end it, but today in the movie theater parking lot, saw about 6 or so ladies that were there. They had their cars sort of in a circle. They had their lawn chairs out. They were keeping proper social distance. They were good 6 to 8 feet away from each other, but they were in a circle, and they were eating their lunch. You saw food in their laps. Their lawn chairs were out, but they were in the parking lot of the movie theater, sitting here near the road, eating their lunch together. So social distancing, but yet getting together. There is the dog park in Galesburg, the Connie Knott Canine area. It's a park of the city of Galesburg where you can bring your dog and take the dog off leash. Again, a little bit of Linwood Road, Carl Sandburg Drive, that combination here. I don't know officially where one ends and one begins. Just thought I'd let folks get out and see something other than the inside of a house and my ugly face. A couple of final things, because I know I'm going to probably end this as I get to the edge of Galesburg. I'm John Prane from Avon, Illinois, pastor of the Avon Federated Church, 206 South Main Street. We're not having any activities or services in person at the church, but we are indeed doing things online. We have a YouTube channel where worship services and other things are being shared. Go to YouTube, go into the search engine, type in Avon Federated Church, and that'll take you to our channel. This video is going to be there, and I'm also going to link to it from Facebook. But if you're watching us on Facebook, please go to the YouTube channel and you can see the worship services and everything else. And then each morning I try to go from 9 to 9:30. I do a Facebook Live broadcast giving you all the news and announcements that I can from Avon. If I know when the restaurants are open that day and what their specials are, I tell those to you. Try to do that as a service to the village of Avon and the people there. My number, 309-255-6702. 309-255-6702. My email address, john.prane, P as in Paul, R-A-I-N, at gmail.com. john.prane@gmail.com. If there's any way we can help you out, if there's any prayer requests that you have, if there's assistance that you need, again, financially, I and the church do not have the funds to be able to help you out financially. But still, if you're having trouble making ends meet, please give me a call, because I know people. I know resources. I know agencies and organizations that are willing to help folks out that sometimes do have the money, whereas I and the church don't. We do know these agencies that can try to help you out. In a moment here, we're going to be coming to the end of this part of the road. We'll be going through the business district, going past a couple of cemeteries, prison, and then we'll be soon on Highway 41. And I think as I hit Highway 41, we'll be hitting the stop button. But it's good so folks can see a little bit of what's going on here, that we've had a chance to take a look at Galesburg, Lake Story, Lincoln Park. I could be talking more today, but I'm sort of talked out. And I figured instead of listening to me talk about everything every minute, just enjoy the scenery. Of course, right now our scenery is the cemetery and then the prison. So this isn't the most beautiful place, but it's definitely not the worst either. A lot of people didn't know that the cemetery that'll be coming up in a moment on the left is a Jewish cemetery. A lot of folks didn't realize that, but we have a Jewish cemetery here in Galesburg. It's right now on my left. And then coming up on the right is the Henry Hill Correctional Center. Sure, we'll get a big bump here as we go over some railroad tracks. We have the old Maytag and Admiral factories that are being used by places like Dick Blick for storage and for warehousing space. The rest is for rent or for sale. Here we are, the junction with Monmouth Boulevard. And now with that, I'm going to pull over. And I'm going to bring this to a close. This was me driving around, trying to do a little bit of homage to driving with Loie, and from the who used to be with the Register Mail, now with the Quad City Times. This is John Prane, pastor of the Avon Federated Church, 309-255-6702, bringing this to a close. Thank you for your time.